The animal kingdom is a fascinating place, full of incredible creatures. We often marvel at the power of predators like lions and sharks. But what about the less imposing animals? Those who seem ill-equipped to survive in a world of tooth and claw. These are the unsung heroes of the natural world, the underdogs who have found remarkable ways to thrive despite their apparent weaknesses. Their stories are not just about survival, they are about resilience, adaptation, and the interconnectedness of all living things. We might think of weakness as a disadvantage, but in nature it can be a powerful motivator for change. Animals that lack physical strength or speed have developed incredible strategies to outwit predators, find food, and secure their place in the web of life. From the tiniest insects to some surprisingly large creatures, the animal kingdom is full of examples of weakness being turned into an advantage. These animals remind us that survival is not always about brute force. It's about adapting to the challenges of your environment and finding your own unique way to flourish. When we think of animal strength, we often picture sharp claws, powerful jaws, or incredible speed. But strength comes in many forms. For some animals, it's not about physical prowess, but about cunning, camouflage, or even toxic defenses. The animal kingdom is full of examples where the smallest and seemingly most delicate creatures have developed astonishing ways to survive alongside their larger, more powerful counterparts. These adaptations are not just fascinating examples of evolution at work. They are essential for maintaining the delicate balance of their ecosystems. Take, for example, the sloth. This slow-moving creature might seem like an easy target for predators, but its slow metabolism and excellent camouflage make it surprisingly difficult to spot in the dense rainforest canopy. The sloth's apparent weakness becomes its strength, allowing it to live a surprisingly successful life in the trees. This concept of strength and weakness is a recurring theme throughout the animal kingdom. It reminds us that there are many ways to succeed in nature, and that every creature, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, has a role to play. The diversity of life on Earth is astounding. From the frozen Arctic to lush rainforests, animals have adapted to survive in every habitat. For species lacking physical strength, adaptations are crucial. Natural selection favors traits that enhance survival and reproduction. Adaptations can be physical, like camouflage, or behavioral, like nocturnal habits. The ways animals adapt are as varied as the animals themselves. Some, like the chameleon, master camouflage to avoid detection. Others, like the pufferfish, develop remarkable defense mechanisms. These adaptations showcase the power of evolution and nature's ingenuity. The animal kingdom is full of giants, but some of the most successful animals are the tiny titans. These creatures may be small, but they are far from insignificant. Take the pygmy marmoset, the world's smallest monkey. Its small size allows it to navigate the dense undergrowth with ease. These miniature marvels prove that even in a world of giants, there's room for the small and resourceful. In the animal kingdom, speed is often associated with survival. Predators rely on their lightning-fast reflexes to catch their prey, while prey animals depend on their agility to outrun danger. But what about those creatures for whom speed is not an option? Surprisingly, there are many animals that thrive despite their lack of swiftness, proving that there is more than one way to navigate the challenges of the natural world. Consider the slow loris, a nocturnal primate found in Southeast Asia. True to its names, the slow loris moves with a deliberate, almost sloth-like pace. This lack of speed might seem like a disadvantage, but the slow loris has turned it into an asset. Its slow, deliberate movements make it nearly invisible to predators as it blends seamlessly into the shadows of the forest. Moreover, the slow loris possesses a venomous bite, a powerful deterrent that more than compensates for its lack of speed. The image of a lone wolf howling at the moon might evoke a sense of solitary strength, but in the animal kingdom there is often greater safety in numbers. For many species, particularly those lacking in individual strength or defensive capabilities, group living is essential for survival. By banding together, these animals can improve their foraging efficiency, enhance their vigilance against predators, and even mount collective defenses against threats. One of the most dramatic examples of strength in numbers can be seen in the wildebeest migration. Each year, millions of these large herbivores embark on a perilous journey across the African savanna in search of fresh grazing lands. While a lone wildebeest would be easy prey for lions, hyenas, and crocodiles, their sheer numbers provide a level of protection. The massive herds create confusion for predators, making it difficult to target any one individual. It may seem counterintuitive, but the existence of weak animals is crucial for the overall health and balance of ecosystems. These creatures, often overlooked in favor of their more charismatic counterparts, play vital roles in maintaining biodiversity and ensuring the stability of food webs. Their presence, far from being a sign of fragility, is a testament to the intricate and interconnected nature of life on Earth. Consider the humble dung beetle, an insect often viewed with disdain. While they may not be the most glamorous creatures, dung beetles play a crucial role in nutrient cycling. By burying dung, they return valuable nutrients to the soil, fertilizing the ground and supporting plant growth. This in turn sustains entire ecosystems. Without these weak creatures, the delicate balance of nature would be disrupted, with potentially catastrophic consequences. In the heart of the rainforest, survival often hinges on not being seen at all. Camouflage is the first line of defense for many weaker animals. They blend seamlessly into their surroundings, becoming invisible to predators. The stick insect resembles a twig, making it hard to spot. The leaf-tailed gecko mimics dead leaves, evading detection. For some animals, survival depends not on blending in, but on standing out, announcing their presence with a clear warning. Don't eat me, I'm dangerous. These creatures have evolved a potent arsenal of chemical defenses, utilizing toxins and venoms to deter would-be attackers. These chemical cocktails can range from mildly irritating to downright deadly, and they serve as a powerful deterrent to predators of all shapes and sizes. The poison dart frog, a resident of Central and South American rainforests, is perhaps the most iconic example of this defense strategy. These brightly colored amphibians secrete a potent toxin through their skin, a substance so lethal that indigenous tribes have used it for centuries to poison their blowgun darts. The frog's vibrant colors serve as a warning to predators, advertising their toxicity and discouraging any attempts to turn them into a meal. Another master of chemical warfare is the bombardier beetle. This insect has developed a unique and rather explosive defense mechanism. When threatened, it mixes chemicals in its abdomen to create a boiling, hot, foul-smelling liquid that it sprays with remarkable accuracy at its attacker. While camouflage and chemical defenses offer effective protection, some animals have taken a more direct approach to survival physical armor. These creatures have evolved an array of bodily defenses that make them tough, prickly, or downright impossible to swallow, deterring predators with their formidable exterior. From the tough scales of a pangolin to the spiky spines of a hedgehog, these physical adaptations serve as a constant reminder that even the most vulnerable creatures have ways of defending themselves. The pangolin, found in Africa and Asia, is a prime example of this armored approach to survival. Covered in overlapping scales made of keratin, the same material found in human fingernails and rhino horns, the pangolin resembles a walking pine cone. When threatened, it curls up into a tight ball, its tough scales providing impenetrable armor against predators. Similarly, the hedgehog, a familiar sight in gardens and woodlands across Europe, Asia, and Africa, relies on its spiky coat for protection. When threatened, the hedgehog rolls itself into a ball, presenting a prickly barrier of spines that deters even the most determined predator. In the struggle for survival, information is key. Some animals have evolved extraordinary sensory abilities. From bats' echolocation to sharks' electrosensory systems, these adaptations showcase sensory diversity. Bats emit high-frequency sound waves to navigate and hunt in darkness. Sharks detect faint electrical fields with the ampullae of Lorenzini, making them efficient hunters. The chameleon is practically synonymous with camouflage, its very name conjuring images of color-changing skin and seamless blending. But this remarkable reptile's ability to disappear into its surroundings is more than just a parlor trick. It's a matter of survival. Living in the trees and shrubs of Africa, Madagascar, and parts of southern Asia, chameleons rely on their camouflage to evade predators like snakes, birds, and larger mammals, as well as to ambush unsuspecting insects. Their slow, deliberate movements further enhance their disguise, making them appear as just another part of the foliage. But the chameleon's mastery of camouflage goes beyond simply matching its background. Its skin contains specialized cells called chromatophores, which contain pigments that can be expanded or contracted to alter the color of the skin. By controlling the distribution of these pigments, the chameleon can create a dazzling array of colors and patterns, allowing it to blend into a variety of environments. And if that weren't impressive enough, chameleons can even change their color to communicate with each other, signaling their mood, intent, or even their availability for mating. In the vast and often unforgiving expanse of the ocean, size can mean the difference between being the hunter and the hunted. The pufferfish has a unique defense strategy: inflation. They transform into large, intimidating balls of spines. This sends a clear message: don't even think about it. When threatened, they rapidly gulp in water, stretching their skin and revealing sharp spines. Many also contain a potent neurotoxin called tetrodotoxin. The coral reefs of Southeast Asia are teeming with life, a kaleidoscope of colors, shapes, and movements. In this vibrant and often dangerous underwater world, camouflage and mimicry are essential survival skills. And when it comes to the art of deception, few creatures can match the mimic octopus. This master of disguise has taken mimicry to an entirely new level, possessing the remarkable ability to change both its color and its shape to impersonate a variety of other marine creatures. The mimic octopus's repertoire of impersonations is truly astounding. It can transform its body to resemble a venomous lionfish, complete with splayed fins and bold stripes, or morph into a banded sea snake, undulating its body in a convincing serpentine motion. It can even flatten its body and adopt the mottled coloration of a flounder, blending seamlessly into the sandy bottom. This remarkable ability to mimic the appearance and behavior of other creatures allows the mimic octopus to avoid predators, deter rivals, and even ambush unsuspecting prey, making it one of the most versatile and fascinating creatures on the reef. In the face of danger, most animals respond with fight or flight, but the opossum, a nocturnal marsupial found in the Americas, has a rather different approach. It plays dead. This might seem like a rather passive defense strategy, but it's surprisingly effective, often catching predators off guard and giving the opossum a chance to make its escape. When threatened, the opossum will first try to deter its attacker by hissing, growling, and baring its teeth. If these intimidation tactics fail, the opossum will go limp, falling to the ground on its side and lying perfectly still. It will then roll its eyes back into its head, stick out its tongue, and even drool, creating a convincing impression of a dead or dying animal. To further enhance the illusion, the opossum will emit a foul-smelling musk from its anal glands, a final touch that often persuades predators that the opossum is not worth eating. This elaborate act of deception is so convincing that the opossum has even been known to fool humans, earning it a reputation for playing possum. We often celebrate the charismatic megafauna of the animal kingdom, the lions, elephants, and whales that capture our imaginations and grace our calendars. But the natural world is teeming with a supporting cast of less celebrated creatures, those often deemed weak or insignificant, who play equally vital roles in maintaining the delicate balance of ecosystems. These unsung heroes may not grab headlines, but their contributions to the web of life are essential, reminding us that every creature, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, has a part to play in the grand tapestry of nature. Take, for instance, the humble dung beetle, an insect often overlooked beneath our feet. While they may not be the most glamorous creatures, dung beetles provide a vital ecosystem service nutrient recycling. By burying dung, they return valuable nutrients to the soil, fertilizing the ground and supporting plant growth. This, in turn, provides food and habitat for a host of other creatures, from insects and birds to larger mammals. Without these unassuming decomposers, ecosystems would become overloaded with waste, and the cycle of life would be disrupted. The natural world is a complex and interconnected web of relationships where each species, regardless of its perceived strength or weakness, plays a role in maintaining the delicate balance of the ecosystem. Predators keep prey populations in check, preventing overgrazing and competition for resources. Prey animals, in turn, shape the vegetation, influencing the structure and diversity of plant life. And within this intricate web, the so-called weak animals often play crucial roles that belie their unassuming appearances. Consider the relationship between wolves, elk, and willow trees in Yellowstone National Park. For decades, the absence of wolves, eradicated from the park in the early 20th century, led to an explosion in the elk population. This, in turn, resulted in overgrazing of willow trees, a vital food source for beavers, which in turn led to a decline in beaver populations and a cascade of effects throughout the ecosystem. The reintroduction of wolves in 1995 restored the balance, demonstrating the intricate and often unpredictable nature of ecological relationships. The concept of keystone species highlights the disproportionate impact that certain species, often those not immediately recognized for their strength or size, can have on their ecosystems. These keystone species play crucial roles in maintaining the structure and diversity of their communities, and their removal can trigger a domino effect that ripples throughout the ecosystem. One of the most celebrated examples of a keystone species is the sea otter, a cuddly-looking marine mammal found along the Pacific coast of North America. Sea otters are voracious predators of sea urchins, which, if left unchecked, can decimate kelp forests, vital habitats for a wide array of marine life. By keeping sea urchin populations in check, sea otters help to maintain the health and diversity of these underwater ecosystems. The near extinction of sea otters due to fur trading in the 19th century led to a collapse of kelp forests in many areas, highlighting the crucial role these seemingly weak creatures play in their environment. The survival stories of the world's weakest animals offer a powerful lesson in resilience and adaptation. In a world often dominated by the notion of survival of the fittest, these creatures remind us that there is more than one way to thrive. They have evolved a dazzling array of adaptations, from camouflage and mimicry to chemical defenses and sensory superpowers, that allow them to not only survive but to flourish in their respective niches. These adaptations are a testament to the power of natural selection, but they also offer inspiration for our own lives. In the face of adversity, we too can learn to adapt, innovate, and find ways to overcome challenges. The weakest animals remind us that strength comes in many forms, and that even in the most challenging of environments, life finds a way. Their stories encourage us to look beyond superficial appearances and appreciate the intricate and often overlooked wonders of the natural world, reminding us that every creature, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, has a story to tell and a role to play in the grand symphony of life. Our journey through the world of the seemingly weak reveals astonishing resilience and quiet triumph. These creatures challenge our definition of strength and success in the animal kingdom. Survival is about intelligence, adaptability, and understanding one's environment. The chameleon, a master of disguise, is a testament to the power of camouflage. The pufferfish transforms into a spiny, toxic ball, showcasing defensive adaptation. Each creature finds its niche, navigating environmental challenges uniquely. The meerkat finds strength in the collective vigilance of its mob. The dung beetle plays a vital role in maintaining ecosystem balance. In closing, the natural world is a symphony of interconnected wonders. Even the weakest animals show that strength takes many forms. They teach us about resilience and adaptability. Let us carry a renewed sense of wonder and appreciation for nature, and strive to protect our planet's biodiversity for future generations.